The city of Covina wants to build a new community center. The old Jocelyn Center has been condemned due to structural issues. No one disputes the need for a new center. The problem arises due to the desire of Covina to locate this center, projected to be approximately 15,000 square feet with a 100-car parking lot in what is now Covina Park. Here you see some images of Kelby Park as it now is. This is the current home for the center. It is, by the city's own admission, an underused park, hardly something that can be said of Covina Park. Kelby Park is the ideal location for rebuilding the center for the following reasons. A quick glance will make it clear why. There are large amounts of open space, and the center is already there. Even if the footprint of the building needs to be slightly relocated elsewhere in the park, the necessary things like electrical and plumbing are already in place. Next, wherever the building would be placed, there would be no need for removal of old, large trees, sports facilities like basketball and tennis courts, softball fields, or maintenance buildings. There would be no need for any massive redevelopment of any kind, since the park is already set up for this facility. By contrast, historic Covina Park is a much-loved and much-used area. Our last downtown open space would have to be torn out along with the currently existing basketball, tennis, softball, and jogging track amenities. Then consider the traffic and parking issues. By their own statements, the large 99-car parking area at Kelby is barely adequate to handle the traffic. This is in a very underused park. Putting a 100-car parking lot in the vastly busier Covina Park makes no sense. Along with the much larger proposed multi-use community center, you would still have the aquatic center, the teen center, the band shell, picnic areas, kids' playground, and all the other uses of the park going on simultaneously. Parking and traffic would become a nightmare. One must also consider the soon-to-open Intercommunity Hospital emergency room, which has just doubled its capacity. If the center were located in Covina Park, emergency vehicles from Covina and neighboring cities would be going directly by the new driveways and parking areas for the proposed center, and this does not even take into account the already overburdened parking situation from the hospital itself. Bedillo Avenue to the south and San Bernardino Road to the north are already approaching gridlock in the mornings and evenings. Think of what adding all those extra cars and even buses will do to the traffic. And then there are the costs. The city says that they have about $4 million available to rebuild in Kelby Park. However, there are $2.5 million leftover redevelopment dollars that must be used in the specific area of Covina Park. They reason that with the additional money, putting the multi-use center in Covina Park would mean $6.5 million total for the project. 6.5 is better than 4, right? Well, here are some facts and figures. According to a source no less than the National Park Service, to install a 100-car parking lot would cost about $510,000, and that doesn't include lighting or landscaping. Remember, a 100-car lot already exists at Kelby Park. An average tennis court can cost between $50,000 and $80,000, and this does not include lighting or fencing. Therefore, the replacement of our 2 existing courts to another location could cost upwards of $200,000. Relocation of the softball field can range between $450,000 to over $1 million, depending on things like lighting, dugouts, fencing, and other variables. If a community center were located in Covina Park, it would mean relocating all the sports facilities, installing a new parking lot, tree removal, installation of new plumbing and electrical service, and several years of demolition and construction. If one assumes there will be inevitable cost overruns, then the figure to relocate the Jocelyn Center in Covina Park becomes even more expensive, and that extra $2 million evaporates quickly. Bottom line, Kelby Park is the ideal location for the center. The area is large and open. It is lightly used. It has minimal trees. It already has an easily expandable parking lot. It has electrical and plumbing ready to go from the center that's already there. There would be minimal disruption to anyone's daily lives, which can hardly be said for construction at Covina Park. There would be no issues with hospital emergency vehicles or traffic gridlock. The savings from not having to relocate the sports facilities, build a new parking lot, and do all the demolition and re-landscaping that would be needed at Covina Park would be substantial. If extra money were needed, It's possible that the redevelopment funds could be released for use at Kelby Park, or, if that isn't possible, a small bond measure could be put up for a vote which would get overwhelming community support. Let's let the city know we want to keep our park as a park and build the new community center in the most logical place, Kelby Park.